Hey guys, missed ya.
Welcome back, David.
Welcome, Tardy Vid. We're getting it on the
Thank
record
you.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on the record. I missed it,
That's okay.
but I'm
David
here.
was late.
I'm back.
Chatwin and I were
I was
gossiping
late.
like a couple of housewives, just clucking away.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
any good gossip? Any good
You
goss?
know, yeah, but you slept through it, you son of a bitch. Nah, we were
Ah,
just exchanging recipes. The usuals, the usual.
Normal housewife shit.
Yeah,
cream cheese, Worcestershire
uh,
sauce. I got you. I got you.
little
Yeah.
paprika.
Paprika. Well, how you guys been? It's been a while since we've talked,
I'm good.
It
discussed.
has.
We were seconds before you came back. We were discussing how it feels good to. We took a little break. We had a brief hiatus, and I feel like we got some energy going. We got some good friction. How about you?
Yeah,
How was your trip to Egypt land?
Yeah, the motherland.
it was good. It was good. Saw a lot of good friends. Nadine's grandmas. Saw a guy, I think, die.
Oh,
I don't know if he's dead. He might be dead. He's probably dead.
What?
He was driving a little, like, people in Egypt. Obviously, you're either in a car or a camel. No,
uh,
car or a little motorcycle, like moped kind of things, like dirt bikes, kind of.
yeah.
That people drive those, and usually, like 80% of those people driving those motorcycle things are like delivery drivers. It's basically like their DoorDash, Uber Eats over there. They've had like food delivery for years, but they just don't call it DoorDash. These people come and deliver your food. Anyway, so this guy was driving his motorcycle, and we saw this car just absolutely hit him,
Oh my god.
and he went flying, and he hit his head on the ground. And we're like we're driving past this like very slowly as it's happening because it like happened in the road and people are driving around it, and we're driving past it, and I'm like covering Nadine's eyes so she doesn't see, because there's just some things you don't need to see.
Sure.
And the dude was like, he was like moving his hands, and like people were like rushed to his side at this point, or like trying to help him to the side of the road or whatever. And he was like, his eyes were kind of like moving, but he wasn't like focusing on anything. But there was just like blood just like dripping out of his head, like onto the pavement.
Holy shit.
So it was so
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
we drove away, so I don't know if he's fine or not, but he might be dead.
Wow. Well, I
So
got
yeah.
really into cooking eggs over this break. uh,
Same
Holy
thing.
shit. Well, Chatwin, what's your lesson?
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Well,
And with that, here's the no.
yeah, here's the intro. God damn. Well, that I
sucks.
hope he's okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really shitty.
It was intense, but
Sounds very intense.
yeah.
Were you?
And they don't wear helmets. Wear a helmet.
No, of course
That
not.
would be my big advice to anyone driving a motorcycle. Just wear a
Or a
goddamn helmet.
bicycle, for God's sakes.
If you're not surrounded by walls and a roof in a moving transportation vehicle, wear a helmet. Maybe even if you are surrounded by walls
Yeah,
and
just
a
in
roof,
case.
wear a helmet. Just maybe everyone should just wear a helmet while trying.
Yeah, you're going to the grocery store, wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Put your helmet on.
You're going to bed. Wear a helmet.
Yeah. You got to take a real nasty shit. Wear a helmet and a
That
condom.
one's true. That one's you could. I had a friend in college who, I don't know the medical reason for this, but he, like, sometimes you just wake up in the middle of the night, you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is freshman year in the dorms, so his bathroom was out in the hall. So he walked out, left his room, went into the dormitory bathroom to take a shit, and after the shit was done, he passed out. He just fully, like, blacked out. And
Must have been pretty good.
it
Sounds
must
like
have
a
been it must have been the shit for all ages. But he had to go to like the college hospital because he, wanted to make sure he didn't have a concussion or whatever because he just hit the tile floor like boom.
Did it wake you up or something?
No, I was on another floor.
Oh, okay.
He's heard tale.
The floor, like below, you just hear a big
And,
thud.
and there's a little like water dripping from the ceiling because the toilet's overflowing.
Earthquake! Earthquake!
No,
it's just Jimmy. He shit again. Relax.
Oh shit. Oh well.
All right, so you ready?
Hit us with the good news.
Yeah, what's the chat been cooking?
It's not what the chat's been cooking. Have you ever heard of Akon?
It's John Cena. Yeah, love Akon.
Yeah.
Akon.
We're
The
talking about all the work he's done in Africa. Is that what?
All of the lovely work he's done in Africa. Have you heard of the Marvel city Wakanda?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Akonda?
Yes.
I can't say
Hit
I
the
have.
intro.
Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is 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 everything is. Hi, I'm David. Everything is 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 everything is.
This is Eric.
Everything is 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 everything is.
Hey yo, it's Chatwin.
Everything is 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 everything.
What the fuck are you talking about, Chatwin?
Allow me to begin, but let's first start out with what is Akon's real name? Now, David, would you mind pulling up a YouTube video of
Sure.
Akon pronouncing his real name?
Yes.
Because his name is not Akon. If you
pronouncing Akon name pronunciation.
Mm-hmm. I'll let him say
Is
his
this
name.
Akon reveals his full name? Is that what we're going for here?
Yep.
Francis
Okay, let me,
Dollar Smith IV. At your service.
Not quite.
Oh.
Let's see what we got here. All right.
Okay.
Can everyone see this?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What is Akon's full name? Hold on. Go ahead. Because I'm looking at it. Yes.
Okay. Aliyunda malabaga time putunda kalulu badara Akon cham.
Break it down. Alrighty. Now, yeah, do you put all that, like, when you land in somewhere?
No.
Oh, okay. All
What
right.
does it mean?
Well, that's the thing. In certain cultures, the second son of the oldest son always get named by the uncle. So everybody gives you a name as the generations go forward.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
His uncle
What
gave
is
him that name?
Akon's full.
I guess so.
I would
Oh
sue
my
my
gosh.
uncle. That's like my uncle obviously
Do you-
hates my dad and wanted to troll him.
Do you guys remember CE from Viders
Yeah.
and Gorman?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember his full name?
Tonga CE Tupe Peco.
Tonga CE Tupe Pico Jr. the third, I think it was. Yeah, but yeah, that's right.
The third was a joke because I think
I think it might have been made up. Yeah.
because once he said it was the third, the fourth, as in like
Yeah.
there's already been four. Anyway,
But yeah, so that reminded me of
What a
that.
name.
But damn, okay, so
So yeah, I had it written down here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Mhm. It's a long one.
Mm.
So Akon has raised like $6 billion to make a futuristic city in West Africa,
Mm-hmm.
in Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
And this super futuristic city is supposed to be all green energy. So like solar and whatnot. So it's supposed to have hospitals and universities and stadiums and roller coasters and theme parks and supposed to be kind of like the Dubai of like West Africa.
Something's telling me
Yeah.
that this isn't going to happen like Akon planned it.
For one, why Akon does not seem qualified to be running or building a $6 billion city, and frankly, $6 billion ain't that much to build a city. You need more
Not to
money.
build a Dubai. You need
Yeah.
you need oil
Yeah,
money.
let's build
for that.
Akonda.
Right. So
You can maybe buy a casino with that money.
or at least like MGM or something, or like I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
like a slew of casinos that are under something. So 6 billion isn't a lot.
I will
So-
say, in terms of his qualifications, I mean, I don't know the full extent of it, but Akon has been quite intensive in helping Africa, as far as I know. I mean,
He certainly has.
I've only read headlines and like maybe an
Right.
article here or there, but I'm pretty sure he's like been in it, been helping
I
Africa
haven't-
for a while.
I haven't heard of Akon since Usher's "Yeah" featuring Little John. And
That's the
Akon.
thing. He kind of disappeared, and he disappeared because he's been like helping Africa. Like he's been living
He's
there
been
and like
a philanthropist for
Yeah.
Africa.
supposedly,
Uh-oh.
at least
Right.
as far as I know.
So when I saw the headline, Akonda, his weird future city, I was like, okay, it's easy to brush off. However, the plot thickens. It is, and not only does it thicken, it is like cement. It is really, really
my God.
interesting. So the currency in Akonda is cryptocurrency.
Oh no.
So guess what the name of the cryptocurrency that would be used in
Akonda.
Akonda?
Akoin
Oh, very good.
That is correct, David. Akoin.
called it.
So in 2020, Akon, when everyone was doing all this shitty like Dogecoin and when all that shit was popping off, Akon made a coin.
Akoin.
Now, keep in mind, Acoin is a huge, huge rug pull. It is inherently like a rug pull.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, Acoin is worth less than a packet of salt. It is
Jesus.
worth nothing.
Should start investing in Akoin. You're here first, people.
Right.
Invest in Akoin.
Buy low, sell high. When Yeah Part 2 comes out, Akoin's going to be through the roof, people.
Exactly.
Smack that GDP. Smack that GDP.
Mhm. So it was a
Okay,
massive
so-
rug pull, and which was obvious. But his whole future town would be run on Acoin.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Now,
Makes sense.
the investors for this future, Akonda. So he's got 6 billion hypothetically invested. Most of that is from this guy in Kenya who actually fled Kenya to the United States because he was part of the Kenyan Air Force, and what he was studying was online banking and like security kind of things.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know where he got his money, but he's all about the guy is essentially he's a shady dude. He's been sued multiple times for not paying things,
Mm.
bad loans,
Fraud.
but like he was chased out of the country of Kenya and went to Zimbabwe and then to the United States.
How did this carpetbagger, how
Anyway.
did this sham man fool Akon into some of this I'm sure is Oh no.
He's not
You got
fooling
Akon in
Akon.
on the scam?
So
Oh, Akon.
oh, absolutely. Yeah. This whole thing is an absolute scam because as of recently, Akonda ain't going to be built. So there is only a single concrete block in a field where Akon laid the foundation for his $6 billion metropolis. And this was 4 years ago. So he got the government to give him this money, by the way,
So
for the land. He got the government to give him
Oh
all
my
of this
God.
land, tons of land.
And Akon saying, no, it's a
So anyway.
future society. It'll be there in the future. I didn't say it was a current society. I
Right,
have plenty of time.
Yes. So, yada yada yada. Akonda ain't gonna happen. Now, I don't know where the grift comes from, because he had to have made money out of it, fooling these people for something. Because you feel so bad. All these Africans are like, well, we could have really used a hospital and a school and maybe a little basic economy to help
This
like
fancy-
pull us out of slums.
This rich
That
American
is
is going
literally
to
in
funnel money
synagogue.
into our country.
Yeah, he's living in Miami.
Akon.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, okay, well, that's goofy. Why, Akon? Why are you? So, what philanthropic things have you done? Because, like David said, he has helped out Africa in the past, right? So his big philanthropic thing was Akon is lighting Africa, and this was back in like I think 2003 or 7 or something like that, early 2000s, where he raised like the intent of the program is that people in Senegal have no electricity at all. They are like living on kerosene. Like they have no power grid. Kerosene is super flammable, so it's burning down people's like villages. They don't. It's like everything is in the dark. Like I said, they're slums.
Yeah, a lot of Africa is very, very,
essentially
especially
living
West
in like
Africa.
the 1700s.
Yeah,
They're
very underdeveloped.
Yeah, there is no power grid. There's nothing.
Even in Egypt, like Egypt is a very well established, like country and civilization at this point, and it's like one of the oldest civilizations in the world. And you go there, and it's a third world country, obviously, like very third world country. But even now, there's like the Emirates and like other countries are starting to like invest money and funnel money into Egypt. So you'll see like you'll just be driving in Cairo, and it's just old houses that are built in like the early 1900s, and it's like they're not even finished, and they're like made out of mud and mortar and brick and whatever it is. And then there'll be pockets of just like first class wealth randomly, and it'll just be like a mall, and the mall's made out of gold and marble, and it's fucking beautiful. And you park in the shittiest street in the world, and then you walk in and you're like, the fuck, am I still in Egypt? Like what is this place? And it's just like it's just such a stark contrast between how people are actually living, or like the majority of people, versus like what it's like when there's some money in that area. And it's just the contrast is just insane. Even at Nadine's grandma's house, when we went over, like her grandma's not necessarily poor by any means, not living in a poor like neighborhood per se, not her like apartment is very nice. But while we're sitting there, the lights or whatever, because people in Egypt don't really pay electricity, it's all government funded. But the electricity is like flickering because the power grid is like not up to standard. You know what I mean? Like that's just normal life for them. So like, yeah,
it actually comes into play. That's very interesting, David.
Yeah, it's crazy how they do things over there, and just certain parts of Africa. I can only imagine what it's like. So yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's a really good segue. So essentially, Akon teams up. So the whole point of this is that he's putting like these solar street lamps. He's trying to sell this green electricity idea to all of these like villages that don't have any electricity at all. So they're like street lamps, and they have a solar panel on top. And so he got a bunch of people to put them in the ground, and got a bunch of villages excited about putting them in the ground and stuff. So what is interesting though, and this is kind of what's interesting is where he got the solar power. So
the sun. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So so he teamed up with a Chinese state-run like construction firm
Uh-huh.
to get all of this solar energy. So for China, we have tariffs against China for their solar electricity. So
Right.
they're taxed hardcore if they ever want to send anything solar to the States or whatever.
Right.
So Akon got the Chinese government, and this is like a $10 billion
Deal.
um
Deal.
firm. It's
Oh, okay.
it's a sort of. Well, maybe.
That's how much is the firm is worth in China.
Right.
Gotcha.
So what's interesting is that China has, because they have all these tariffs and taxes on them, China has so much solar energy, like equipment and stuff like that. They don't know what to do with it. They have like backlogs of it.
Hmm.
So they gave him a bunch of solar stuff to Akon for his project. And they all did this tax-free, by the way. They
Hold on.
circumvented this thing called like the World Bank Group, and it was all
shady.
essentially tax free.
You're saying Akonda? You're saying Akonda was made in China?
Akonda is funded by China. So not only that, he made this thing called Solectra, which is like essentially a tech school for solar stuff. So that's awfully convenient too, because I have looked up both of these things. His Akon Lighting Africa and this solar group,
Wow.
and neither of their websites work.
Makes sense.
I mean, does it though? Because if you think it's like a philanthropic kind of thing, you would want to show off. Like, I have found no evidence that any of these street lamps were even put in. There's like one picture. So, and not only that, the school has no website at all. And the last post, hear me out here, is like, it was in 2020, right when he was dropping his shitcoin. So that was the last post. So I'm not saying that the school does or doesn't exist. However, it's interesting and awfully convenient. Not only that, if China is funding all of this solar electricity, they need people to put it to like maintain it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's why
seems like
this
Akon
school comes
is
around.
essentially trying to build himself a company town where, like, yes, he would be giving making a town for these people, but essentially all the businesses would be benefiting Akon. Where, yeah, so it's like, yes,
100%. If you really wanted to help these people out, you would be giving them a grid,
well, and that is
a power grid, like David's talking about.
Yeah.
They have the money to do that, but they're
That's
fucking
it. Like,
peddling
in
solar
theory,
energy.
Green energy is good, but that just seems to me like Akon knows it's going to sound philanthropic and nice, when in reality, they don't need, they want regular energy. We don't need to save the planet. Just give us some fucking electricity.
Yeah.
And the fact that
give us a power grid. He's scamming all of his Africans.
Yeah.
With the guys he's using. So China is
pawn
using
off all
him
this old solar
to push
electricity
this,
stuff.
because any solar electricity, anything
imagine
that they will buy, anything.
The fact that they're doing
It's all money,
without paying taxes through whatever means, that would, the blame would fall on Akon for doing this, because I mean, yes,
Well,
the punishment
everyone over there is
Akon,
corrupt.
technically.
Yeah.
It's super corrupt.
There isn't a finger to point at a single person in this solar energy deal from China. There isn't. Akon is a person, he's a businessman, but he is a man. And you could say, hey,
fuck.
You should have. What is he doing now? What is
Akon even doing, really?
What is he doing? Actually, the last time I saw Akon in person was a few years ago at the Lovers and Friends tour in Las Vegas when we went and we saw him perform. And he still got it. I will say he still he still got it.
David
a little
walked
bit, you know?
past him and
I'm sure he
realized
does.
that
He's a lot
David,
richer now.
Walked past him and realized his wallet is missing, but it was a great performance. No,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
He only
he
accepted
converted the cash
Acorns
in David's
for
wallet into a
the
bunch of
performance.
digital coins and gave it back to him.
That bastard.
so what's weird is China wants Africa. They want it bad.
Oh,
They
yeah.
want it for their, resources. They want it for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And
Not that weird.
no, not that weird.
They definitely want it. I mean, Africa. By the way, the maps we see. Sorry to go off on another tangent.
No, please.
The maps we see are like totally inaccurate.
mean?
I don't know if you ever realized that. Like the size of the countries that you see on the map, like the United States, yeah, it's big, but it's not that big. If you could fit the United States, I think Russia
To Africa
and China maybe
Jesus.
into like all of Africa. Yeah, Africa as a continent is ridiculously huge.
Mhm.
But because on the map, the white people and whatever it is don't want it to look that way, they made all the other countries bigger so that it like kind of matches the scale of Africa.
Now you mean a map, not like a globe, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be the same on a globe, but I think on the globe it might be a little more accurate. I get it probably depends what
Interesting.
globe you're looking at.
Sure.
But yeah, like on the like most standard maps that you look at and like the maps we saw in school and stuff, like the maps in textbooks,
gonna
like
say,
those
'cause
are all
that
like
Russia
very raw.
seems
It's
It's
way
very
bigger.
interesting.
Not bigger than Africa, but yeah.
Russia's pretty big.
Yeah, Russia's huge. And Russia and Alaska are like this far apart.
Mm-hmm.
So
China
like when
knows that too, by the way.
yeah, there's been like talks about building a bridge, but I don't think it's ever come to fruition. And apparently in the winter,
You could use the ice
when the
bridge.
water freezes, you could
You
technically
shouldn't, but
walk.
you could.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's it makes sense why they would want Africa. It's like the biggest continent in the world. It's got all the resources. It's
Yeah.
it's a good grab.
Yep. So you could trade Africans for solar electricity for their
My God.
lithium, which is a
Yep.
terrible trade. That is the
Yep.
worst trade ever. Here, I give you this, and you give me this. So also, I'll continue on a little bit. I don't want to get too long-winded here, but Akon also has a bunch of mines. He has a cobalt mine, a
Jeez.
copper
Mhm.
mine, and a diamond mine, all
If
of
you
which
own
are
a
sketchy
mine,
as hell.
that's sketchy.
Yeah,
It's
I knew
sketchy
that.
to own.
A diamond mine in South Africa is sketchy.
Yeah, he literally has blood diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so what's funny is I did not know this, but in West Africa, in really like poor places, instead of using money, they use phone minutes. So they'll trade phone minutes for goods and services because they're on their phones a lot, I guess.
Wow.
It's
They
not
have
like
that
they
in
have an
common with
unlimited
us.
plan or anything. So
They
they'll
still use minutes.
yeah. Yeah. And so what you could do in Akonda is you can trade your phone
Oh
minutes
my God.
for a coin.
Oh, I'm gonna be so rich. I'm not talking to anybody. Take all my minutes. Give me all my coins, bitch.
So minutes actually do equate to real money. A coin doesn't equate to money. So you can trade all of your minutes for a coin, and
if you gave me
I
100
guess have no more
Acoins,
money.
I will sell you the A phone, which has its own minutes. You don't need minute cards anymore.
Mhm.
You can drive home in your A car to your
You know
A
what?
home.
I gotta admit, for a name that doesn't lend
Yes.
itself to puns that well, Akon found two pretty good puns for his name.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Akonda and A coin. Yeah.
So I guess in conclusion, he is completely ripping off
Jeez.
all of his own people for China.
Wait, you mean to say
Oh my
it's
God.
Akon?
Oh, David. Oh.
Thanks.
is our
Good night,
last
everyone.
episode.
See you next
Damn.
time on.
I'm moving to Senegal so I can be away from the internet.
Yeah. He has ripped off so many people and scammed so many, people that had like really good intentions for hospitals and schools and
That
economy
sucks.
and power grid, all under the guise of China. So, because everyone
China.
loves Akon, and China knows that, so he
Man.
can be their black face
Wow.
while they get to,
That's
fund
wild,
whatever they
is that
feel like.
There's
That's
a
crazy.
sinister kind of world politic that involves the second guy from Usher's Yeah. That's all I know him
Just keep
from.
going back to that.
But it's like, this is, we've talked about Kanye recently, and to be honest, Kanye has a lot of troubles, but I do think at a certain point he would realize that he's being conned out of something like this. Not to say that he hasn't been conned before. I think if you reach a certain level of richness, you're going to have guys trying to get your money and use it for something of theirs. But God, you're right. After you presented all that evidence, it does seem like Akon knows that someone's getting ripped off. And in this case, it seems like an entire country is getting ripped off. And that's it. Is like,
He's getting a bag for sure. He's
Oh, for
not a
sure.
philanthropist. He's not.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Do you see that one time he threw his
What, like
dude
a
off the
fan?
stage?
No.
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up. That's a good one.
Now, do I think he's evil? I don't think that Akon is evil per se. However,
I think
he knows what he's
appearing
doing.
as a philanthropist is it pays in dividends in certain ways. And that's
Mm-hmm. It earns people's trust.
Let's see. Let's see the man who is funding a nation.
throws
Let's
kid
see who
off
he
stage.
really
Holy
is.
shit.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a young Akon, by the way. Younger, at least. 15 years ago. Wow. I didn't realize it was that long ago. Okay, Akon, get to the good part. Yeah, and the crazy part is he pulls them up on the stage.
Hmm.
And then he just
Oh my
picks them up
God.
and throws them.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Come here, man. You want some Akoin? Psych, China, bitch.
That guy is Akon.
God damn. Yeah.
The
Doing for no
framing
reason.
or the FPS was kind of bad on that. So at the end, when you hear everyone screaming, it seems like Akon's going down in the crowd and just throwing people. Like, Akon's gone berserk, run! Akon smash. I do think
Have you
Oh,
seen
God.
these videos of people catching pedophiles and like absolutely
yeah.
like belittling them?
Yeah, Vitaly.
Vitaly.
Did. Yeah.
Funny you should say that because Akon showed up in one of those videos.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what started this because it was
He
like,
did.
what is 51-year-old Akon
Ah,
seeing
is
at a
that
pedophile for?
is that what led you down the rabbit hole?
Well,
A little
more
bit.
people than I expected have covered this. However, I think I'm the only person that like looked a little bit more into that streetlight thing.
that's crazy.
Because it is a scam.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it's gonna come out soon. You know,
Maybe.
funny
think
thing
so.
about
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
You ever just
So,
have a brain fart? Just
What's
had a brain
weird,
fart.
you know, what's his
What
name?
are you just talking about?
Who's the
Akon.
guy in jail?
R. Kelly.
It's P. Diddy and the guy that's in jail. No.
Bill Cosby?
Suge Knight. That's it.
Oh, Suge Knight.
So
Suge Knight.
he went on Vitaly's, pedophile catch.
Oh, Vitaly. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's what we're talking about.
Suge Knight claims that allegedly claims that Akon is also a pedophile,
Wow.
and that he himself has like slept with like a 13-year-old girl.
It's really
Now,
weird to me. All these
I don't know.
famous people that are pedophiles. Why?
I feel like
Why?
it's not a chicken or the egg thing. It's that once you become famous, you're probably introduced to the idea of hush money, and for a while, that was the why. I have no clue. I don't.
Why?
I guess I'm happy
But
to
why?
say I don't see the appeal. But this would
I'm
have been a
happy
wild
too. I'm happy
episode if
that
I.
you don't see the appeal.
I'm like, guys, I have a confession. No, yeah, it's sick.
Acorns and child
I
predators.
wouldn't, who am I to disbelieve Suge Knight? Because the man's in jail already. He has nothing left to lose. Yeah.
I don't know
And
what he's got to lose. Yeah,
the
exactly.
timelines match up where I don't feel like Suge Knight had that much of a relationship with Akon. P. Diddy, I'm not great at my hip hop history, but Suge Knight and P. Diddy were some of the orchestrators of kind of the West Coast, East Coast war. Makes sense that Suge Knight does not like P. Diddy. Akon, I feel like, is kind of an anomaly. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was born in St. Louis. He's just some guy.
It's just some guy.
If Suge Knight's heard that, I'm guessing he's probably right. At this point, it's if someone claims someone's done weird sexual stuff, better to just believe it, and then if you're proven wrong, well, okay. But
Funny thing about those that Vitali stream, those streams that he does. So Nadine has a best friend, and her best friend and her husband got a dog a couple years ago. And when they got this dog from the breeder, it was a golden retriever, purebred. And when they got this dog from the breeder, the guy was like super sketchy, and he was like, by the way, if the dog gets sick, like, don't take him to the vet, just come talk to me, tell me about it, I'll help you, blah blah blah.
the dog's in witness protection. We can't get him on the records.
Turns out the dog had parvo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and if you don't know what that is, it's like a parasite in the dog that when they're very young, it's like
It kills
very
them.
deadly. Yeah, it's a very low survival rate. So they took it to the vet. They spent like thousands of dollars. They made sure the dog's better. The dog survived. He's living today. He's nice and healthy. His name's Milo. He's a goofball.
Shout out to Milo.
Shout out Milo. And the guy was super weird and angry, and like they told him, oh, we took him to the vet, he was sick, blah blah blah, and he was like super pissed off at them, and they had like arguments, and the guy was weird, and I think they like tried to message him, but he didn't respond, and he was like, oh, I was high at the casino or something like that, like some weird ass response. Like, why would you tell people this?
Yeah, that's
Even
not
if
an
you were
excuse.
high at the casino, why would you tell people that? Yeah. But so anyway, they send us a clip in like the group chat like a week ago. This dude that sold them the dog is in one of the streams
Whoa.
as a child predator. Like Vitali went and caught him as like messaging girls. Yeah.
Jeez.
So apparently he was even more of a scumbag than previously thought. But yeah, he ended up being on one of
it's
Vitali's
just
streams.
the nature of the scammer is one of those things that just make money the normal way, because a scam is going to it really bugs me that these people are getting hurt, and these dogs are getting hurt, and it's, I don't know, it's real fucked up. It's fucked up that a scam is going to hurt someone, and it's going to, is the money worth it?
Yeah.
No, in my opinion.
$5 billion
To fuck over another
from China?
country? I mean,
That's
yes,
a
a good scam, and I wouldn't mind $5 billion, but I don't.
I'm not saying
No,
he didn't
he
get
got some
$5
money.
billion. That's for sure. But he definitely
And
made a
that,
lot of money.
That to me answers
Yeah.
why he doesn't appear on new song. He doesn't need to make new music. He's found.
Yeah.
And in a way, I get turning to another income, because I feel like the music industry has not been, in the past 20 years, it's made less and less music, or less and less money for the musicians. If you're a rapper or a singer or in a band, the record companies are getting a lot of that money. You are getting much less than people even from the 90s were making, usually that's just,
most people make their own record label too. Even Akon, he made his own record label. Dr. Dre did his own record label.
That's how you,
Even Mac DeMarco.
The thing is, then you're going to be paying for your own distribution for your records and stuff. If you want it to be, I don't know. The music industry doesn't make any sense to me, and I think that's on purpose because, again, scams are scams. People are going to be behind the scenes taking someone else's money.
Yeah, I think what Spotify's the lowest paying of all of the music things. Tidal's like the top.
Yeah,
Apple Music isn't too bad.
you were getting. I think Tidal is actually the best at paying their artists. Yeah, with Spotify, you're getting like a 1/100th of a penny on the dollar or something. It's crazy. Unless you're like Taylor Swift, you literally have to be pulling in the most attention ever. Yeah.
Post Malone. He's like he makes a bunch.
Post Malone coin. Be interesting.
What would be so I did want to ask you, what would you name your coin?
God.
Oh.
Good question.
I mean, I guess there's like the obvious do coin, but
that sounds like it's a coin made of shit.
Oh, I was thinking a fresh morning dew, but
yeah, morning shit. We all take them. I can't think of a good pun, true. So I'm just gonna say like the Eric peso, and I would, I would try and replace the Mexican peso with the Eric peso and insert myself into Mexico's economy, but do it right. I'm not going to be an Akon. I'm not going to scam our neighbors to the south. I would like to. Oh, you know what? Maybe I would scam them. Get in on the cartels.
I was hoping you'd get like a radio show, like that Wolf guy.
Oh yeah, Wolfman Eric and his Wolfman peso. Yeah,
Wolf coin.
The more we talk about this, I think in 10 years you're gonna see me like just migrate down to Mexico, and now I'm just daydreaming. I'm just picturing red and I'd like to think I'd become tan, but actually I'd just be sunburned all year round. Oh, it would be glorious. Just red as a lobster.
Damn. So do coin? You're gonna stick with that?
How about you, Chatwin?
I think so. I can't think of anything wittier at the moment.
I know.
Give me a minute.
Akon's pretty witty.
Chatwin, do you have an idea for your money? Damn.
I really didn't. I didn't have anything planned.
Both David and
Does it have to have coin at the end of it?
No, because I think any sort of money,
Bitcoin,
any denomination,
Acoin. I think it does.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Ethereum doesn't though. That's kind of like.
And it does. Does it have to be digital currency? Because I was imagining I made my own coins.
You just minted it?
Yeah, like I found a mine of my own in the backyard, and I started making coins from I don't know, tin.
It's like really light.
Hey, I did mention in that episode I have a lot of tinfoil, so maybe I can just start making Eric pesos out of tinfoil.
Oh. Yeah. How about frog dog dollars?
Oh, I like that.
Frog dog dollar.
Frog dog dollar.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I would just call them abdollars.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or abbucks?
No.
Nah. Abdollars.
Abdollar sounds good.
I think that one might win.
Nice.
Not that.
Well, we've all got our shit coins.
I think Abdollar is the best one we got. So I'm gonna liquidate all my money, liquidate all my acids into Abdollars.
You can have my minutes, David.
Fuck yeah. That's 20 Abdollars for you and 40 Abdollars for you.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the David gift store after this.
Surely this won't tank.
Speaking of David, we actually,
speaking of David,
in our time off, we took a couple weeks off. We missed a very important day
Oh no.
And Chatwin, I don't know if you noticed,
No, we
but
didn't.
I noticed our friend over here looking a little bit older. Little,
Ooh, now that you mention it, you
It's
might
the
be
lack of
right.
hair. It just
oh
makes me
yeah,
look old.
your toupee is missing. No, it is enough monkeying around.
He's a little more frail.
Yeah, does he
Yeah.
kind of look like an old fogey?
Er, er,
Mm-hmm. Some gray in
His
his
teeth are
beard.
missing.
er.
Yeah, I guess we'll stop beating around the bush. David's birthday was last week, and we were unable to celebrate it with him, unfortunately. But since now is grand tradition, we made you a little something. If you want to check the group chat,
Oh no.
I dropped a song in the group chat.
Oh
for you,
no. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Drop the beat.
All right. Oh geez. All right. Let's see if I can add it here.
And you're
This
gonna
is
have
too
to
much,
sit
guys.
through it while we stare at you, just like Chatwin did. It's a rock
27
Mhm.
minutes. All right. Well, good luck, everyone. All right. It's loading up. Let me just preemptively say thank you. And
Yeah, no,
Oh, don't think it's
no,
quite
it's
yet.
blackmail.
yeah, I don't know if I should. All right. Here is
Yeah.
Birth
Dave
David.
$8.
Great title.
You a birthday vid, I'm a birthday vid. Happy birthday, kids, I'm celebrating a tree. Fuck it, I'm celebrating me. We, E-R-I, no C-K. Happy is the birth to the day. Vid, with, kush, yay, Legos, it's shit. P.S. Here's Chatwin.
Hey yo, David, I heard it was your birthday. How about we blow up the bouncy castle cause you're 31? We'll have some fun in the sun. We smoking blunts, never won. Pull out the Power Ranger paper plate. Hire all the strippers with the big cake.
Yeah.
And we've all made mistakes. But you, boo, too common with the tic-tacs on the tick-tock. We love you with the big heart, and he's got a big... Happy birthday. You took that well.
That's
Happy
fantastic.
birthday.
Thank you, guys. That was amazing. Get the Power Ranger plate and all the cakes. That's
That I told Chatwin the other day. That's a beautiful.
That
line.
is.
That's
absolutely.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you, guys. That was
happy
a
belated.
fantastic birthday gift. Thank you. Wow. It now I know how you feel, Chatwin. That's
Yeah.
it's quite a gift to receive.
Mm-hmm. It's a big pill to swallow.
I will say I do enjoy that more than just the traditional birthday song though, because I feel like we've all heard the happy birthday song. We all know what's coming. You just got to sit through it and hope that those 27 seconds pass very quickly.
And
it's
a terrible song.
I was thoroughly enjoying this. Yeah. Oh, awful song. But this I will replay over and over and dance profusely. So thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
It was very difficult to remake Secret Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed
Yeah,
that
he
you
was-
remade Secret Dude.
Eric mentioned it. It was quite the challenge.
It was like,
Yeah.
we made that song High at the Park. It's easy. And no, it's fucking not. It was just
Turns out
lightning
we are
struck a
like
bottle.
genius level,
and
master level producers.
I think we used like the robot drummer on the iPad because I was like, I don't know how
Yeah, it was
to
like
do
GarageBand
drums.
or
So
something.
I really had to like just like tape drums together to anyway. Yeah. That birthday song, not your birthday song, the one everyone sings, it was owned by these twins, these two old ladies who lived to be like both of them 102 or something. And they were super litigious. So if you played it, or you know what it was, they had a very high fee for anyone who wanted to use the birthday song on like TV and movies. It was like preposterous for a 20-second song.
Mm.
And if you used it, since they owned the rights, they would sue the shit out of you. So until they died, which was in like 2011 or something, you'll notice there's barely any birthday song in TV or movies or cartoons or whatever. And now it can be used more often. So
It's free. I heard
I
about
think
them being
they were
like
just
super
like
strict
these
about
two
it.
bitter old crones. I don't think they have children, or if the children like let go of the copyright or something. Because it's like now I read that it's like
Hmm.
it's more public. I don't know if it's
like
public
public domain.
domain, but it's not as like strictly kept guard of. Which is again, it's such a shitty song. Why be so protective of it? I like the restaurant version more, where it's like "Happy Happy Birthday." It's more, yeah, it's
From all
catchier.
of us to you. Yeah, it's quicker too. It's nice.
Mhm.
It's just we wish it was our birthday, so we can party too. Hey, all right,
Have your
now eat
cookie,
your
your
chocolate
free
cake and get the
fucking
fuck
cookie.
out of my restaurant. Yeah.
I always like having my birthday at like Mexican restaurants
Oh,
because
yeah.
they'll like bring
Oh,
out the
hell
whole
yeah.
fucking mariachi band and put the sombrero on you. And
No,
you
no,
sit-
no, 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 no.
Oh, it is fabulous.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, make it loud. Like
Yeah.
You get
the
a
whole
sparkler in
fucking
the cake,
restaurant's
you got
gotta
the guy
know.
with the really thick guitar. Oh man. This is the second time in one
Maracas?
episode where I
You got some
fantasized
maracas?
about something Mexican. And you know what? Maybe this is my life now.
Can
You
we?
need to go.
Let's get a third.
I
You need to
was
go
telling
get some nachos and tacos. All right. Well, we've speculated quite a bit, but I figure it's time we hear from the man himself. So, welcome to the podcast, Akon. No, I was just kidding, guys.
that would be very.
That'd be crazy.
Cursing
That
Chatwin
would-
out for you. You've ruined me.
Hey,
This is
motherfucker! I'm doing
libel,
great,
you
man.
bitch.
For Africa, motherfucker.
China's gonna sue
Probably.
your ass.
Now this is all alleged, by the way.
Yeah,
And it
right.
also all it does is raise more questions than it answers.
It's kind of.
I'd imagine so.
But I'm going to be looking in the news for anything Akon related now. So thank you, Chatwin. You've brought a little bit of recognition to this. You've shined a light on this strange little. I won't say scam. This strange little alleged misadventure that Akon is on. Akon, man. We'll just keep an eye out for him, folks. If you see him walking down the street, say, hey, how are those street lamps in Senegal doing? And watch him fucking break into a sprint down in the other direction.
And keep your minutes.
No, he has
Do
plenty.
not give your minutes to Akon.
At least not for coin.
Not for Akoin.
I think the streetlight thing was somewhat successful because a lot of countries signed up for it. But like I said, who's paying for it? So I'm not saying that it didn't work. I'm just saying there isn't any proof. There's no pictures. The website doesn't work. It's like if you'd think that someone would want to promote something like that.
There could be some working streetlights. It could be for 5 streets, It's not. It would get more press for sure if it was proven that Akon provided green street lamps for an entire city. And, I feel like, and again, it's not like he would shy away from it. He would definitely want people to see that because it increases his philanthropic image, but it isn't there.
Right?
I
It
mean,
would look good.
The story isn't there, or
It's not there.
I don't know. There's something fishy.
It's very fishy.
I don't know. If
It's just a shame that he would do that to his own people because he grew up there as a kid. He's sort of just like gypping his own folks. They're not that bright over there, unfortunately.
I gotta
They're
say,
corrupt and they're not.
I was in a
not that
third
smart.
world country, and an American pop star offered to use his money.
Right.
I would probably not see the forest for the trees either. On the off chance that he's being legitimately selfless. But yeah, obviously it's a sticky wicket is what it is.
couldn't have
I
said
have
it better
a
myself.
hard time finding any billionaire to be selfless because
Yeah,
they wouldn't be
yeah.
billionaires.
There's the
Well, yeah.
There is absolutely, like, if you think about it, there's absolutely no reason for anyone on this earth to have
yeah.
$1 billion or more. You
Yeah,
couldn't even spend it in a
Yeah, at
lifetime.
a certain point, it does seem like the game
You can-
becomes how much, I have all the money in the world and I will probably never lose it, but I want to compete with all the other people at this level to be higher than them. And what's the point in that? It's
Right.
like you hear it all the time of like, if you have
Power.
all the money and you're never,
Yeah, it's
if
just
you're going to
power.
be comfortable for the rest of your life, how do you get bored? Or it's funny is that you cannot be too rich for being bored. Boredom is going to find you no matter what tax bracket you're in. And
Yeah. It's like they said, the most classic
Yeah.
line, money doesn't buy happiness. You know what I mean? Like, it will for a certain time. You're going to be happy you got a new car or a new house or a new wife or a new whatever it is because you got all this money. It will bring you some happiness in the moment, but in the long term and in terms of true happiness, it
you
just
need to
doesn't.
learn to be
Just not.
happy no
Just
matter
doesn't
your
happen.
uh, setting. And and I'm sure there are
Yeah,
millionaires
1000%.
who have found that where it's like money's not going to be an issue again, and I'm fine, doing this menial thing day in and day out, because getting any further into
Mhm.
this, I don't know, state isn't going to bring me any more happiness. I don't know. I'd like to think that there are people like that. Like maybe Betty White was like that. Maybe.
Maybe, but I mean,
Dolly
and
Parton's like that.
and that's not to say that like all billionaires are evil inherently. I mean, I'm sure some of these
And we could
billionaires are
probably
very nice, and obviously, like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, they
Yeah.
do a lot. They donate a lot of money. They help a lot of charities. But I will posit that most of the time they're getting something out of it, tax breaks or whatever it may be, and that if they really, really, really wanted to make a change, they probably just really could. Like they could end world
they could
hunger.
go
They could
down
solve
from
so many issues
billionaire
if they
to
wanted to with the amount of money
multi-millionaire
they have.
and still do a world
Exactly.
of good. But that's just it.
Yeah.
I think this is. I think it's less about the individual in this case and more about like
The
David
system.
said, power. China
Yeah.
wants
Yeah.
power in Africa.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
using him as a puppet.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's-
it is a little different. in
He's
this
gonna
one.
get his bag, and he's I guess betraying kind of the U.S. for the
Yeah.
tariffs and shit, and his own country. But it's in the long run, China wants power, and any foot in the door to build roads and bridges,
That's
they will do. It's not even about like
That's a
being a
weird
billionaire. He's not a billionaire, by the way. He's not. I don't even think he's close.
Akon? Oh yeah, no.
I
Not
don't
even
even
close.
think Kanye's a billionaire anymore.
It's crazy.
I think he reached that, and then I think he's lost enough money that he's
not
that's
liquid.
it. Is that I think after the Adidas and Nike deals fell through, that his net worth, money is a little too confusing. I like having my Eric Pesos and just making them out of tinfoil and knowing how many those are. I can keep count on that.
So the internet is saying that Akon's net worth is around 60 to 80 million. And Kanye's, apparently a lot of his net worth was due to the Adidas deal. So when he had that deal with Adidas, he was valued at around 1.5 billion. But without that deal, he's around 400 million.
Wow.
So still pretty good.
400 million is. You could retire at 10 million, and you'd be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So I guess that's what it is.
It is what it is.
What a dispiriting ending to this. It's like, well,
Can we end it on a high note somehow?
Acorn.
Can you play
Here's
us
a-
out with some Akon?
Yeah, here's a fun fact. Akon was actually my introduction into like rap and hip hop music because my
Really?
babysitter, when I was like, I don't even remember how old I was, like 11 or 12 or something like that. Was like, hey, you know who Akon is? And I was like, no. And she played me some Akon, and I was like, oh, Akon, it sounds good. And a couple months later, around that time, Akon came out with a song. And I don't know what it is about this song, but it ended up being like a favorite song of my dad's. Like my dad loved this song. And for some reason, a lot of Middle Eastern men
this
do.
song...
I think maybe because they hit women. I don't know. But
I was gonna
anyway,
say,
here's
does it mention
Smack That by
CSI
Akon.
or anything, or Law and Order.
No, it's just Smack That.
Let's get our DMCA copyright claim out of the way.
Just for 10 seconds or so.
We can.
Fuck it. I'm celebrating me.
Have to be 5 seconds.
E-R-I, no C.
I'll put in the birthday song
Happy
again.
is the birthday to the day. Vid, with, Kush, yay, Legos, it's shit. P.S. Here's Chatwin.
Hey, yo, David.
I specifically remember...
Heard it was
Yeah,
your
we must have been
birthday.
young when this
How
came out,
about we
'cause I
blow
remember
up the
taking
bouncy
baths.
castle 'cause you're 31.
Hold on, you got. Hold on, cut it, David. We got to get clean audio if he's gonna tell a story.
Smack
I'm
That.
sorry.
Thank
Well,
you,
that was a lovely
Akon and
song.
Slim Shady. No, I just remember being young enough to still take baths and having Sirius radio on and hearing that in the bath.
Oh, a bubble bath. Akon in the
It
bubble
was
bath.
not a bubble bath. It was not. It was an adult,
It was a man bath.
regular man bath.
2006. So 13. At
Okay,
13,
you
you
know
were
what?
in the
Maybe
bubble
I
bath.
wasn't in the
bathing
bath.
in
That makes it sound like a...
No, man,
I
you were
was
in the
like,
bath.
Hey,
You were in the bath,
Martin
man.
Rooney.
Don't
Akon
be
bubble
ashamed.
bath.
Still
Akon
playing
bubble
with
bath.
bath toys.
The music.
Bubble bath rake up in the house.
Bath that.
Akon always reminded me of. Damn.
Akon reminded you of who, Chatwin?
That was a good one.
8th grade dances, and then homeschool, homecoming, and then
Yeah.
prom later on.
He was strictly...
Yeah.
a
That was always
Hawkeye.
Akon. Always came on.
If we told
Fair.
a Gen Z kid about
Yeah.
Akon, they think we're just fucking lying to their faces. They're like, are you saying Kanye?
The hell's Akon?
backwards?
He got
No,
Riz?
it's Kanye.
Akon.
It kind of holds up too, after all these years. I was kind of worried when I heard an Akon song the other day.
I'm gonna
It does kind
go
of hold
out
up
against
now.
you and say, it's fine. If I'm at like...
I think it's more the memories attached
Yes,
with
that's
it, really.
the warm nostalgia of taking a bubble bath as a 13-year-old does make me look fondly on Akon. But yeah, if we're ever
Sure.
at like a millennial karaoke night, one of us will have to bust out some Akon and try and shill his digital coin. All right,
Fair
I
enough.
think that we ended up a little less depressed, so I want to thank Chatwin
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
a wild... Before we started, Chatwin said, it's like, you're not going to be able to guess what my subject is. And I think if you gave me 3 days, I wouldn't have figured out what we were going to talk about today. It was a strange subject indeed, but a well-done episode. And again, happy birthday to the main man over here, Mr. Abdollar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. I
Oh,
am not the main man. You are the main man. I am but a servant upon which you rest your feet.
You a knight?
I don't know.
Forsooth.
I was going somewhere with it, and then I lost it.
I don't think you were. I think you were just going to trail off. You were just going to ramble until we all died.
It's good. It's good weed.
All right. Well, folks, it's another episode of Everything is Everything, and we'll see you next week with... Who knows? None of us have a lesson, so we'll just be chopping it up.
Cool.
Oh yeah, is next week a freebie? Free lesson?
Next week's a freebie. Then I'll astound you 2 weeks from now.
Beautiful.
Looking forward to it.
All right, gents, it was lovely talking to you today. I hope you have a
Indeed.
wonderful weekend. And
Indeed.
Everything.
can I ask why, real quick, the Peter Pan hat? I don't think we covered that.
Oh, I've just been trying to wear different hats every episode, and I found this. So
I like it. All right. Well, that's good enough explanation for me. Love you guys. Bye.
see you.
Bye.
Everything is Everything is an ABD Productions podcast. Executive produced and hosted by David Abdu, Chatwin Cray, and Eric Kelly.
Video and audio captured by Riverside.fm. If you have any inquiries, please reach out to us via everythingiseverything69@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.